Lisa is reluctant to return home as she has been living with her grandmother and her husband Morris for several years. Morris takes advantage of his position and visits the girl at night to force her to do something terrible. On the way home, Lisa notices a car parked nearby, but does not pay much attention to it. In the morning, she decides to write a letter to her younger sister because she is tired of her situation. Diane and Morris openly take advantage of the girl, taking away the money she earned honestly in the cafe. She dreams of a normal life, but this is impossible, as her mother is against her return and shows outright indifference to her. Before the next night shift, Morris reminds Lisa that he is waiting for her at home, as it is payday. Showing a morbid interest in the girl, the man hugs her, causing her fear. After work, Lisa says goodbye to her boss, and after collecting the money, she returns home. A car passing by abruptly turns around and starts chasing the girl, but soon passes her. A little later, Lisa notices an empty car in the parking lot and is attacked by the driver, who hides behind the van. Bobby drags her into his car and threatens her with a gun. Lisa does not resist, as this could have led to worse consequences, and allows him to do what he wants. Bobby commits a terrible crime, but he doesn't let the girl go because he liked her. He ties up the unfortunate Lisa and takes her to his house. The blindfold slides off the girl's eyes a little, and she notices the details of the car's interior, including the word on the dashboard. As Lisa walks up to the maniac's lair, she sees green carpet on the stairs and counts the number of steps. She notices the white skin of the kidnapper, who turns out to be left-handed. In an effort to save her life, Lisa voluntarily takes off her clothes, after which Bobby sends her to the bathroom and then commits the crime again. Having tied the girl up again, the man puts her on the bed and continues to threaten her with a gun, reminding her of the possible consequences. Being in a difficult situation, Liza recalls her loved ones, including her uncle, aunt, and younger sister. They are the only ones who truly love her and will be sad if something happens to her. The girl is afraid to tell her real age, so Lisa says that her name is Carol and she recently turned 20. In the morning, her grandmother calls the police and reports her granddaughter missing. Betty doesn't care about her daughter's disappearance, and she thinks there's no need to panic. The younger sister is sure that Lisa would not have run away without warning her, and so she asks the officer to find Lisa. Meanwhile, Lisa recalls the day she first came to Diane's house. Her grandmother had warned her beforehand that Morris would treat Lisa badly, but she took it in stride. In the present, Bobby commits another crime. Lisa realizes that the maniac is suffering from a psychological trauma, and by influencing him, she asks him to apologize for the other women. This inspires the man's trust in the victim, and he unties her hands. Detective Lopez starts searching for the missing girl and talks to the owner of the cafe where she worked. Meanwhile, Bobby prepares a sandwich for the prisoner and learns about the disappearance of the underage girl from a report. Lisa is afraid to tell the truth and claims that the girl is a different person. Believing her words, Bobby commits another crime. After that, Lisa goes to the bathroom and tries to leave her fingerprints there by touching the furniture and appliances. As she looks around, she tries to memorize every detail so that she can tell the police about it in the future. Lisa continues to psychologically influence the maniac and supports him after his bad experiences with women. Noticing that there is a phone in the house, Lisa tries to call the police, but Bobby notices this and threatens her with a gun. The girl tries to feel sorry for herself and says that she has a sick father at home who needs care. Meanwhile, she recalls a dialogue with her mother when she told her about the bad attitude of her grandmother and her boyfriend. Betty reacted calmly to this, and in fact, she said that her daughter deserved to be treated this way. As a prisoner of the maniac, the girl continues to leave evidence of her whereabouts, including her hair and other belongings. When Bobby decides to commit another crime against the girl, Lisa feels sorry for him. At the same time, she recalls how once Lori came to visit her, and Morris wanted to do something bad to the girl's younger sister. Realizing this, she was ready to send him to the next world. 26 hours after the kidnapping, Bobby decides to get rid of the captive and takes her to the forest. The maniac wanted to take the girl's life, but did not dare to pull the trigger because Lisa begged him to leave her alive and unharmed. The man ordered her to keep the bandage on and wait for 5 minutes. After driving away from the scene, he noticed Lisa running away and decided to catch her, but the girl managed to hide behind one of the cars. When Lisa returned home, she told her grandmother everything, but Diane and Morris did not believe her. Morris wanted to beat Lisa, but his grandmother did not allow him to do so because she had to talk to the police. Diane tells the detective what happened, but she believes that her granddaughter's story is a figment of her sick imagination. Lopez decides to talk to the underage girl in person and takes her to the police station for questioning. Before letting her granddaughter go with the detective, Diane warns Lisa of the consequences if she tells him that Morris treated her badly. At the police station, the girl tells the policeman about the maniac, but there are no bruises on her body. Lisa explains that she obeyed her kidnapper to survive, but the detective is increasingly doubting her sincerity. Later, female officers start talking to the girl to check if she is telling the truth. Lisa describes in detail the interior of the car, the number of steps, and the interior of the apartment. The detectives don't believe that such things can be remembered in a stressful situation, but the girl convinces them otherwise, as she wanted to punish the criminal at any cost, so she remembered absolutely everything. Meanwhile, the detectives at the police station are working on a big case, trying to find the maniac who took the lives of 9 girls. He has no clear signature of crime, because all the victims have only one thing in common: the red fibers found on their bodies. A little later, Sergeant Larry, a specialist in particularly serious crimes, is sent to Lisa. After hearing the girl's story, he learns about the black car with a red interior and the same word on the car's dashboard. He also learns about the number of stairs in the house and the green carpet, as well as the evidence in the maniac's apartment. The sergeant believes the girl because it is simply impossible to make it all up. After learning about her sister, Lori asks her mother to bring Lisa home, but Betty remains indifferent to her eldest daughter. Soon, the girl draws up a portrait of the maniac, and then claims that Morris has been committing crimes against her for several years in a row. Acting decisively, the sergeant arrests Lisa's grandmother's boyfriend and helps the girl pack her belongings for the move. Lisa is afraid to sleep at night, but continues to tell more and more details about the kidnapper. At some point, Larry realizes that Lisa's abuser and the serial killer are the same person. Analyzing the girl's words only confirms this assumption. Realizing that Lisa is in danger, the sergeant takes her to a facility for the protection of adolescents and introduces her to his daughter. The girls are the same age, so Larry sincerely wants to help Lisa, fearing that his own daughter could be in her place. 2 days later, the analysis finally confirms that Lisa was the victim of a serial killer, but fortunately, she survived. In an effort to help the investigation, the girl agrees to go to the place where Bobby left her before she ran away. Reconstructing the route from her memories, Lisa reports the maniac's movements. Soon, one of the detectives spots a similar car, and after tricking the driver, he takes a photo. At night, Lisa wakes up from a nightmare in which the maniac tried to strangle her. Seeing the photo taken by the police officer, she confirms that it is Bobby. The police make a stop and arrest the maniac. In his car, they find a blood stain left by Lisa and realize that they have arrested the right person. At the perpetrator's house, the police find hair, fingerprints, and other evidence that proves his guilt. The next morning, the detectives inform Lisa of the successful arrest and applaud her for her help in apprehending the dangerous maniac. After a while, Lisa calls Lori and thanks her sister because she was the only one who believed her and influenced the police to open an investigation. Lisa then hugs the sergeant warmly and says goodbye. Carol and Jim come to pick up their niece and take her to their home. A few months later, Lisa sends a letter to her mother saying that she is finally happy and has found a loving family. After spending a few more years with her uncle and aunt, Lisa joined the police force and became a deputy sheriff, investigating crimes committed in the wake of the crimes she herself had experienced. She is now a happy mother and grandmother, and the sergeant remains her best friend. Bobby was executed by injection only in 2019, 35 years after the crimes were committed.